Imagine unlocking the door to better loans, lower interest rates, and financial freedom. Well, all it might take is boosting your credit score by 100+ points. My name is Dominic Jackson, co-owner and CEO of Guaranteed Financial Consulting. Today, we'll uncover some proven strategies that can help you dramatically increase your credit score. So let's go. In strategy number 1, we're going to talk about making payments on time. Okay, now I know you're thinking, oh, I've heard this before. Well, here's the reality. I want to keep bringing this up and making sure that you understand the importance of it. The reason why is because payment history make up 35% of a credit score. So it's considered the major factor of a credit score. However, there are some strategies, some things that you can do to ensure that you're not late. Take, for instance, a current client that we're working with who can afford to make the payments. The money isn't an issue. However, they're so busy, they don't remember or they forget. There's life happening around us and to us. And so we have to do things to make sure that we take care of those payments. So here are some strategies that you can do. Set up automatic payments. Now, with automatic payments, you need to make sure that they don't have a clause that it cancels after a certain time. What do I mean? Some institutions only let you do automatic payments for a certain period of time. And so it might cancel and you have to go in and renew it. So you need to make sure if you set up that automatic payment that you understand what their rules or guidelines are. Another thing is set a reminder. Make sure that you get reminded a week, or at least I would prefer or recommend at least a week prior to a payment being due. Other things you can do, maybe it's easier to manage bi-weekly payments or weekly payments. Okay. Maybe you can ask someone to manage it for you if you don't have the time. There's no reason that even if you're doing this by yourself, you can't ask for help or find those things so that you can ensure your payments are being made on time. It's extremely important to the success to be able to boost your scores that 100+ points. So make sure that you do everything in your power to take care of those payments. Now, as strategy number 2, we're going to talk about lowering the credit utilization ratio. I know what you're thinking again. Credit utilization is probably the easiest and fastest way to boost your credit score 100+ points. But what I want to talk about are some specific strategies within utilization to help you do that. 1, obviously becoming an authorized user on a high limit account. If that's available to you from a friend or family member, then take advantage of it. We do not recommend ever buying trade lines, so I am not suggesting that here. But if you have a family member that is willing to do that, that's another thing. You do want to make sure you keep in mind who you are doing that with, because if the possibility is ever there that something were to go awry, you want to make sure it's not going to affect you down the road. Another way is there could be a credit card that you have that you can request a higher limit. By getting that higher limit, it's going to lower your utilization, which can boost your scores. Another thing that you can do is, let's say maybe you don't have a medical credit card. Maybe you can get one like Care Credit, or maybe you have a Care Credit account and you maybe have a major surgery coming up. Now you can ask for a higher limit to be able to cover that surgery or help with that surgery. That could also help you lower your overall utilization. So it's just extremely important to remember credit utilization is 30% of your credit score. So remember, you want to keep it below 10%, preferably around that 3 to 5%. Okay. But you definitely want to do everything you can to get it out of the 80s, 90s, 100s, 70s. You want to get it down to 30 or below, if at all possible. The third strategy I want to talk about is seek professional help. Now, you may or may not need professional help, but let's say there are some things on your credit report that's affecting your credit score. Here's what I would suggest. Yes, you can do these things on your own. Absolutely. But I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever read through the FCRA? Have you ever read through the FDCPA? Do you know what the Fair Credit Billing Act is? How about how HIPAA might come into play? How about some of these other laws that have been put in place to protect you as a consumer? Where you can file complaints to, who you can file complaints to. Is it a state thing, a federal thing? What statute of limitations are there? There are a lot of questions that I could throw at you or ask you, but the reality is hiring someone who's actually done the research, who actually knows how to help you as a consumer. Hiring someone that knows the difference between an assessment and an audit. Are they actually auditing your profile or your credit report, each trade line, to see how it's actually benefiting you or hurting you depending on what's there? These are important things that you need to consider if you're going to seek help in how to address these things that may be on your credit report. Yes, the possibility is there to raise your score 100 plus points. We've seen it all the time, but you need to make sure you're doing things ethically and honorably. You do not want to be out here just throwing things to the wind, hoping for the best, because the laws are on your side as a consumer. You just need to know which laws apply to your case. Another thing, and a bonus strategy, I would say, is actually monitor your credit report. Make sure you know what's being reported. Make sure you know what's there. Don't just bury your head in the sand, because that's the way that things just get thrown out the window. That you don't know what's going on. You have no idea if it should be addressed, why it should be addressed, why it shouldn't be addressed. Was your right violated? And you need to know. You need to monitor it. You need to stay abreast of what's going on so that you can address those things whenever they come up. As always, we provide you information and links below. If you have questions, you want us to assess your credit profile, we can talk about doing that for you. Feel free to reach out. But as always, if you appreciate the information that I bring, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment below. Let me know what information you would find valuable, what information can help you in credit, finances, or business. We are here to help you grow. We are here to make sure that you are educated, because as we know, knowledge brings light. Okay, light is knowledge. And as they say, knowledge is power. The more that we have, the more that we know, the more that we can change our situation and change generations below us. So let's get it.